Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. Today is Tuesday, July 8, 2025. I wanted to come here and share this story with you guys because it's a very sad story, but as we go through the summertime, this is something that we should all be paying attention to. There's a lot of, camps. There's a lot of summer schools and things like this. And if you have children, this is something that, even though it's sad, it's something to create awareness because you don't want this to happen, right? So before I continue, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's watching this video on Spotify and listening to the podcast on Spotify. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to follow the podcast and rate the podcast on Spotify. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who's watching this video right now on YouTube, okay? So let me just read to you guys. It says here, a girl 9 years old drowns in a busy swimming pool filled with adults and children while she was having swimming lessons. What a nightmare is that, right? I never heard of a case like this in my life, but apparently this tends to happen. And, I have seen, I guess, when I used to go to the YMCA, like you will see like kids having swimming class, but it was always such a small group of people and it was always so together, right? So to hear something like this, you're like, how can that even happen, right? Is this even possible? And I know last year there was a big story too of something similar that happened of a little boy who died while having swimming lessons in his own house. So imagine that. This happened in a busy gym in the busy pool filled with adults and children. And this 9-year-old died. Let me continue to read, guys. It says here, a young girl drowned in a pool full of adults and other kids, and her father's fiance looked away from her just a moment. Ava Rose McCord, 9 years old, vanished from the view in the pool of the Clinton Mobile Home Resort in Tiffin, Ohio on June 26. Her soon-to-be stepmom, Christina Bryant, told police the little girl couldn't swim but was taking lessons and was floating on a pool noodle. Bryant said she turned her head away a brief moment, and then when she looked back, Ava was gone and everybody in the pool began frantically searching for her. That's terrifying. I mean, can you imagine experiencing something like that? Right, another child found her lying on the bottom of the pool in the deep end, and a bystander gave her CPR until paramedics arrived. The police report said Ava's father, Jesse McCord, was fishing in the trailer park lake that was next to the pool when his daughter disappeared. And like I told you guys, she was just 9 years old. The girl was rushed to Mercy Tiffin Hospital and pronounced dead upon arrival in the ER. Witnesses told police that Ava disappeared under the water in an instant without anyone noticing her. It happened so quickly, right? That's why, this is not a blaming video, nothing like this. But when it comes to like I told you guys, when I remember seeing kids having swimming lessons or anything to do in a gym, right? It's always such a tight unit circle that you always see them all together with their family, with their parents right next to them. The instructor is right there, and maybe other people who are helping out, right? Because anything can happen so quickly, right? So it says here she was just there. She disappeared in an instant without anybody noticing or splashing sounds of distress. One said it was as fast as you could snap your fingers. 1 minute she was there and the other minute she was just gone. Bryant told police she started teaching Ava to swim several days before she drowned, but she wasn't able to swim on her own. Police said the investigation is over and no charges will be filed. So let me know, guys, what you think about that. Like I told you last year, there was a big case about a case that's so similar to this, and I know the instructor. I don't know if he got charged with something, but there was something that he I think, I don't know if he got arrested, I don't remember exactly, but something, they did press charges on the instruction, because what happened last year was this little boy was taking swim lessons in his own house. So it says here that, and they saying that, I mean, imagine also the mom, right? Her mom, because like she was in the care of her soon-to-be stepmom, and the father was in the nearby lakes fishing. So I just noticed something here, that they actually do have a GoFundMe, which you guys know that I do support GoFundMe a lot, because even though we're not related to this family, or we're not even from the same town, right? But this is a way, GoFundMe is a way to allow for the community to come together to help somebody out in a time of need, especially something like this, right? So, like I told you, Ava was just 9 years old. And everybody who was in that pool, right? They're saying it just happened so quickly, right? This is somebody says, I don't understand. Oh, the father said, I don't understand how this is our reality right now. We are broken, right? And he said he's just getting through life 1 minute at a time. Ava first and second grade teacher at Crow Elementary in Tiffin both left their condolences after hearing of her death. And one of her teachers said, Ava was such a sweet young girl with the biggest heart. She loved giving me hugs at the end of the day. Oh, so sweet, and loved telling me stories when I helped her in her class in second grade. So wow, that is so sad. Let me just see. I'm just looking at some of her photos, and photos with her and her mom too. And, there's a lot of condolences being left by, obviously, by her teachers and the school staff. Even like it says here, the school librarian said, Ava loved the Dogman children's book series. I love how they immediately remember all of that. That's so sweet. So I'm gonna see. I'm not seeing the GoFundMe link right now, but I'll definitely find it, you guys. And if you hear something like this and you sympathize with the family, you feel led to help out, you can do so by clicking on their GoFundMe. And if you cannot donate monetarily, you can always pray for the family, right? That's why I like sharing stories like this, and also to create awareness, because as you guys know, it's summertime and this happens so quickly, right? Devastating. Okay, so let me see what some of the people are saying here in the comments. Somebody posted, this is terrible. I'm assuming they're not gonna have a wedding. Because like I just told you guys, she was left with with the dad's fiance. So, everybody who was there witnessed the whole thing, say everything happened so quickly. Let me see. Somebody said, I sold my house that had a pool a few years ago, but I bought several pairs of floaters for kids that came over if they didn't know how to swim. It was mandatory for them to wear them if they went in the backyard. Ava should have had more than a noodle to keep her afloat. It's horrible. It's a horrible accident that could have been prevented. Rest in peace, Ava. It says here, why would a child who could not swim be allowed to go in a pool by herself? Deepest sympathies to the precious sweetheart. So here's the thing, though. They did say in the article that the pool was filled with other students. I'm sure if they're taking swimming lessons, the instructor is right there, right? And also parents are always around, right? It's just, I wonder how, like I said, I have never heard something like this. It just, that case that happened last year, which is also, a child also died taking swimming lessons. But this is, it's devastating, but they all are saying basically the same thing, that it happened so quickly. Somebody said, I guarantee you it was longer than just a moment. Whatever that is, likely much longer. And somebody said, I thought the same thing. It had to be longer for one person giving CPR, didn't know how to perform it on a small child. But, all these people that, I'm sure the people that teach children, specifically swimming, right? These people are trained to do CPR. And if they have helpers, they have to go to intensive training. So I'm sure they know how to do CPR, right? And somebody said they're not buying this story. Interesting. That's interesting, because, imagine the liability for the company, where were they, right? Imagine the liability for the gym or the camp that they were at, to hire an instructor to that is teaching kids specifically how to swim, and something tragic like this happened, right? Like I said, I'm sure they had to go through extensive training to do something like this. But I'm gonna find the GoFundMe link. I'm gonna put it in the description of this video, this episode. Like I told you guys, you can always pray for the family. Let me know, guys, what you think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening to the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.